Iowa Central, Triton Nation on YouTube. I'm Hank Ambrose with your play-by-play coverage today. Had some technical difficulties at the beginning of this broadcast. We're going to be working throughout the broadcast to be sure to get you the right coverage today. It's number 8 Iowa Central taking on Butler Community College, who's ranked at number 10. It's a top 10 matchup in Fort Dodge today. Butler is 6-3 on the season. Iowa Central is 7-3. We did see the first possession from Butler. It ended with a 3-and-out. Iowa Central is out on the field now, facing a 3rd down and 7, where we're joining you in coverage. Sending 6. Lots of pressure here. Creasy steps up, avoids everybody, moves forward and has the first down, lunging past 10 and getting near 12 yards on the play. That's right, DeMarcus Creasy gets the start at quarterback today. We've seen a rotational output at quarterback this season. We have a very deep roster this season, as we do most seasons with the Iowa Central Tritons. And now, despite DeMarcus getting a lot of playing time this season, leading the team in rushing yards, this is actually his very first time taking the first drive in Dodger Stadium. He took, I believe, the first drive last week in the Garden City matchup. We'll be talking more about that later. But kudos to DeMarcus Creasy for battling his way up the hill and getting the start on the first drive today on offense for the Iowa Central Tritons, who are, of course, in the navy blue and white helmets, and the Grizzlies, the gold helmets, white tops, and purple bottoms. The dance crew, marching band, and everybody else in the stands cheering on Iowa Central today. This is a huge matchup. Butler Community College has the top rusher in NJCAA football. That's number 2, Marcellus Bass. Once we see their second drive on offense, we'll be talking more about him and their offensive unit, and I'll be breaking down the offensive starters we see today for Iowa Central in just a moment here. Creasy is going to throw a short little out route to Jacob Kanya, who's our Triton Spotlight Player of the Week, and he's going to make a big play after avoiding 2 and making his way out of bounds. The sophomore with another Triton first down. And Montalto's men, they're pushing forward. They are ready to go with their next play to start up another 1st and 10. Rolling to his right and firing just shy of the first down marker. Looks like a pickup of 9. That pass was complete to Anthony Hall, wearing the 21 today, I do believe. Also keep an eye out on Ethan Johnson. He's in the backfield right now wearing the 26. From the gun, 2nd and 1. And they do hand off to Johnson. Johnson makes one miss and then is able to go forward again. Another first down on offense for Iowa Central. I do believe the starting lineup today on offense for Iowa Central includes DeMarcus Creasy at quarterback. At tailback, you can expect a mix-up of Ethan Johnson and Anthony Hall. I also have Marcellus Chandler at wide receiver. Jacoby Pointer is going to be getting playing time today. Jacob Kanya and Kamari Williams with Sincere Brown. At tight end, it's Tony Terry. Get to your offensive line after this play here. A quarterback draw, faking the pass left and then moving forward. Still on his feet after bouncing off 2 defensive linemen. Creasy is doing numbers today, already on the ground. He's your leading Triton rusher, as he, I believe, last week crossed over the 600 rushing yard mark, and he's got some good passing numbers, too. We'll go over those later. Okay, 2nd and 2, and they're going to go straight back to the line of scrimmage again. They are moving fast tempo, very fast here. I don't want to miss anything, so let's just stay right here. Back to pass, looking for the end zone. And scrambling, taking off, going past the first down marker and making his way inside the 15, 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line for the Iowa Central Tritons. Your starting offensive line today includes Alan Pond, who's at left guard today. At left tackle, I have 71, which is Xavier Cones Ashmore. And I do believe the center should be Jordan Jensen. Our right guard is Quinnen Kunani. And the right tackle today is Michael Smith. There have been some injuries from those sled dogs up front, but they have filled their roles fantastically as they sit up in their first drive, 1st and 10, 13 yards away from the end zone. It was an empty backfield look, 2 right, 3 to the left, and they'll call the play dead. See this penalty here coming up in just one moment. False start on offense, a 5-yard penalty is going to bring them back. 1st and 15 now. Ball is on the 21-yard line. Empty backfield again. 2 right, 3 left. Chandler, Houston, Kanya to the left. Gilliam and Ethan Johnson to the right. Back to pass, Creasy. He's got pressure, scrambling back, and he took a couple steps back too, so even more yards lost on the play. That's a huge play for this Butler defense, who already was set up with a 1st and 15. Iowa Central going to be back at their own at the Butler 32-yard line. 2nd down and 26 coming up with 9 minutes to go. Again, Butler, they are 6-3 on the season and ranked at number 10 on the season. This season, they beat Northeast Oklahoma A&M College 27-20 and Ellsworth 86-0. Independence, they got a victory in overtime, 30-27. Lost to Coffeyville 31-28. Beat Highland 38-3. They beat Garden City 26-23. They lost to Hutchinson 27-12. Lost to Iowa Western 31-7. And most recently beat Dodge City on the road 30-10. Play action pass and firing to a deep curl route to the wide receiver, who I believe is of Urbandale, Iowa, Dalen Houston, who makes a big play. Maybe not Urbandale, but I know it's around that Des Moines metro area. I can double check that again in just a little bit. If you heard me breaking down the season so far for Butler, you may have picked up on the fact that their 3 losses are to the exact same 3 teams that Iowa Central has lost to. Again, that would be Hutchinson Community College and Iowa Western, who are both ranked at number 1 and number 2, and then also a loss to Coffeyville. And Coffeyville also remains ranked at number 7 on the season. From the gun, trips to the right, rolling right, looking for an open man towards the end zone, and just off to the right. Almost had Houston, but just going out of bounds. Unfortunately, a touchdown looked open there, and the Tritons will look to take the field goal. Had an open man. Creasy, unfortunately, didn't set his feet to get there on time. Tritons send out Anderson Trejo. In fact, this may be someone else, because Trejo wears 47. This kicker is wearing 44. He's currently placed at the 30, so this is a 40-yard kick going up, and it is good through the uprights. 3-0, 7 minutes and 30 seconds remain. We got Iowa Central football on Triton Nation's YouTube channel. Let's just stay right here. I would like to thank our wonderful sponsors of the broadcast, allowing us to bring you all the action today. That includes Citizens Community Credit Union, Beiser Lumber Company, Avela Bank, Bemrick Electric, and many more. Broadcasting from Fort Dodge in Dodger Stadium. It's 3-0, 7:30 to go. Let me see who that number 44 is. Now, it may be Anderson Trejo, but I do know that Trejo usually wears 47. And number 44 is unfortunately not listed on my roster sheet. So maybe I can talk to Coach B at the end of the quarter or something, since he's up here in the booth in the other room next to me. He would certainly know who that would be. And the 44 is also going to be doing the kickoff here from the 35. Wow, sending it all the way past towards the end zone. And here comes the return. Fielding all the way back from the red, moving up to near the 20-yard line, where he is clobbered down by a trio of Tritons. Butler's going to set up 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. It was Aiden Burrell Warfield on the tackle. On defense today for the Iowa Central Tritons, you can expect Jalil Muhammad getting the start at defensive tackle today. Also, you can expect Austin Chambers to be on the defensive line with Andre Morris and Josiah Mason on the carry, brought down after a gain of a few. At linebacker today, Joseph Evans, Jamarion Jackson, Mason Chandler, Taylor Schaefer. Taylor Schaefer has been phenomenal. He's second in the nation in tackles. And Mason Chandler is our Triton Defensive Spotlight Player of the Week. He, I do believe, is seventh in the nation in overall tackles. It is phenomenal to have one player in the top 10, and the fact that the Tritons have two in the top 15 is pretty amazing. Nice carry here. It's going to bring up a third down and short. This is the style of offense that Butler Community College likes to play. If you can pick up 3 yards every time for Butler, then you're going to be happy. And they've done that really well this season. Their starting running back, Marcellus Bass, he leads NJCAA football in total rushing yards, and I'll bring you the top 5 of that later on. It's been a very impressive season for that young man who motions out left now. Empty backfield, trips right, triangle trips at that, and firing just short and just going to be dropped, nearly picked off. Nearly an interception for Christian Barney, not able to hang on. Rounding out those defensive starters in the secondary, Ahmad Greer starting at safety, Amarion Williams at strong safety, Jaden Turner's going to be mixed in there, and Twan Wilson also going to be back there too with Kadarius Williams at cornerback. Another 3 and out for this Butler Community College offense. The Triton defense, coached up by defensive coordinator Jeremy Conley, is doing a great job early on today in Fort Dodge. It's 3-0, 5 minutes and 54 seconds remain, and this Triton offense will look to take over 1st and 10 right around their own 40-yard line. Great start so far. So the Iowa Central Triton football season, if you're just joining us for the first time today, includes a victory against Central Lakes College Brainerd, 77-0. They also won at Highland Community College, 63-27, then lost at home to the number 1 school in Hutchinson, 35-17. Then they lost next week to the number 2 school, 48-17. That would be Iowa Western. Then they were back at home versus Dodge City, where they won 49-0. They won at the number 1 school in Division III NJCAA football, 49-13. New quarterback in. What a great pass and a throw all the way down. Gilliam toe taps the sideline to the 30-yard line. That new quarterback in is Ty Purdy. What a great throw. Great catch setting up the Tritons 1st and 10, approaching the red zone just 5 yards away from doing so. Continuing the roll of schedule, Iowa Central was then at Coffeyville Community College on October 18th, where they lost 34-21, and the last 3 weeks in football have been victories. This play here looking long, looking for a deep out route. It's going to be picked off. Interception 21 of the Grizzlies, making his way to the 20-yard line where he will be tackled. Iowa Central going to shoot themselves in the foot, approaching the red zone. They're struggling in the red zone early here. Hasn't been an issue moving the ball, though, and they'll have to come back out on defense. Great stop from the Grizzlies, and they go electric on the sideline. Now rounding out the rest of the schedule, that includes, again, a loss at Coffeyville Community College, 34-21. Then they beat Ellsworth on the 25th of October, 55-23. Then they were home and beat Independence, 30-0. And also, most recently, won at Garden City in overtime, 23-17. And today is the final regular season contest of the season. To the gun, to right, tight end in the backfield, looking long for a deep post route, firing, interception, picked off Ahmad Greer. He's past the 30, still on his feet, rolling, still making his way up where he'll be tackled back to the red zone. And Iowa Central snatches it right back after they give up an interception of their own. Back-to-back plays with turnovers from alternating offenses. Greer is alive on the sideline. It's been so much fun to watch Greer, who got some reps at the beginning of the season, but was not listed as a starter. But he's definitely earned that as he made his way all the way back into the starting lineup today to make the big play, causing an interception and bringing out the Iowa Central offense again. And it looks like Iowa Central may be coming out with a new quarterback this time. The third quarterback today, and it's Trey Taylor. They're going to call the play dead here. We'll wait for it. Hang on. Also, Anthony Hall is out at tailback. Both Taylor and Hall have, or is that? No, maybe that's not Hall. I do think that is Hall. Regardless, both of those guys in the backfield there have been victims of some injuries. It's great to have them back on the Triton field at Dodger Stadium here. They take their first shot towards the end zone to Gilliam. It's a deep fade route. It's going to end up out of bounds. 2nd and 15 coming up. Iowa Central has gotten 2 false starts now going against them in the first quarter. 2nd and 15, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Grizzlies. It's 3-0. I do now have the name of the place kicker who took that field goal that went in for 40 yards earlier today, right before the first quarter closed. His name would be Ernest Goodwin. Anderson Trejo, I have learned, is injured, and he is out today, who has been the starting kicker and has had a great season for Iowa Central so far this year. But Ernest, he's been very promising too. He showed off a very strong leg early on in his Triton debut. Okay, if you're just joining back here with some coverage, the Iowa Central Tritons are back out on offense. We got a second down and long coming up. Doubles left, one right. Terry is also at tight end to the right. Here's a man in motion left, causing trips. And now Terry gets hit on an out route. He'll move forward nearing the 40-yard line, which would be the first down marker. Terry believes he has it. It's going to be close. He may be shy a yard. Tritons may need to convert on inches. No, they'll say to move the chains. A first down for the Iowa Central Tritons. And we have 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Wow, this game has gone by quick. It's been a really fun contest so far to see here in person and on the video feed. Here's a shot deep that's going to be just out of reach, intended for Marcellus Chandler. Chandler has had a couple targets today. They've also got Gilliam working early too. Sponsors in the broadcast today includes Calvert and Johnson Insurance, CJ Bio, CNOS, Henderson Funeral and Cremation Care, among a couple more that have allowed us to bring you coverage today. Here's a big run for the Iowa Central Tritons into the red zone for the third time today. The Tritons wanting 6. Can they get it this drive? That was CJ Phillip on the carry. 1st and 10 now on the 23-yard line. They're going to wait to take this next snap here, taking some time off the clock. Creasy making sure everybody is set correctly. Back to pass. Creasy rolls to his right, tucks and runs, but there's a flag in the backfield. This may be holding. This may be coming back. I think this may be coming back here, folks. Yep, they're saying holding on the offense. So not only is it the third trip to the red zone today, but now penalty in the red zone. The 2 previous came from both previous drives, and those were false starts on the offense. This one a holding, going to bring a 1st and 20 towards the 33-yard line in opponent territory. Seen some big highlights today on defense, including that huge 4th and inches stop when Butler made it to the Triton red zone. Saw an interception from Ahmad Grayer. Also, the Butler Community College, they got an interception earlier today, too. Now the Tritons hoping to put a highlight on the board with a touchdown. Hang on, we got a dead ball penalty here. This would be costly if it's against the offense again. Hopefully they can pick up some chump change against this Butler defense and cause for a neutral zone infraction or something on their side. Let's see what the call is down on the field. Snap infraction on the center. So it's a 5-yard penalty. You don't see that called all too often. It's a rare penalty. It will go against the Triton offense. This is a long 1st and 25 now on the 38-yard line on the Grizzlies side. From the gun, trips bunch to the left, one spread out wide to the right. I believe it's Kamari to the. We're going to target him. A post route over the middle of the field. Kamari somehow makes the catch after juggling it and moving with the ball at the same time. Are you kidding me? What a throw, by the way. Creasy's back in at quarterback. He got it perfectly over the head of those, I'm not for sure if they were hybrid safeties or if they were linebackers over the middle of the field, but I thought for a moment there it was maybe going to be intercepted. Instead, it's floated perfectly over the fingertips of those backers and right into the midst of Kamari, who somehow hangs on and brings up a 2nd down and 5 for this Triton offense. So even after that huge 20-plus yard play, it's not a 1st down. Here's Creasy moving to his right and firing towards the end zone and just out of reach for the intended receiver. That passing complete for the number 13, who I may have to check on my roster sheet. All right, well, we got a 3rd and 5 coming up now. Ball is placed on that 17-yard line on the Grizzlies side. Will the Tritons try to pick up that 1st down, or will they take a shot to the end zone? You're not too far out where that would be preposterous here. And they will handing off to 7, which is C.J. Phillip. And he's going to be tackled just shy of the 1st down, 4th and 1 coming up. The Tritons converted on 4th down earlier this drive, where they were backed up to their own end zone. And star receiver Jacob Kanya, who's also our punter and has been for the past 2 seasons, picked up a long 4th down conversion, taking a direct snap as a punter and taking off to his right. And he got just enough for that 1st down yardage earlier. Can the Tritons convert twice on 4th down in one drive? From the gun, 2 left, 1 right. Terry, it's at tight end to the right on the strong side. They will move it. Houston more into the slot, and they will keep it with Creasy. Creasy makes the juke. He's got open acreage moving forward, and Creasy has a touchdown. A 14-yard DeMarcus Creasy scramble into the end zone. The first touchy pending from Ernest Goodwin. Did they pick up the penalty? Hang on, waiting for this announcement here. It's on the defense, so that'll be declined, and the PAT will stand. It's 10-0 with 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Well, right before we got to that touchdown, I already broke down the drive there. Let's Sports Network. I'm Hank Ambrose with your play-by-play coverage today. The Tritons have been phenomenal against number 10 Butler Community College so far. The Tritons are ranked at number 8. I do want to touch on the NJCAA rankings in Week 13 here. Let's do that after this kickoff from Goodwin. Boom! It is booming. Shot out of a cannon, but out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, just went out of bounds at like the 2-yard line. So that's going to set up even better field position there for Butler Community College. Your NJCAA football Division I rankings from Week 13 include, from number 1 to number 15, Hutchinson Community College sits at the top of the rankings as the 2nd team. Only one of 2 teams that are undefeated. The other team would be Tyler Junior College, who are 10-0. Hutchinson is 9-0. Tyler Junior College is actually ranked at number 3. Iowa Western is ranked at number 2. Their only loss has came to Hutchinson, which did open the season. In fact, that was week number 2. In the 4th place of the NJCAA football rankings, that goes to Northwest Mississippi Community College. 5 is Georgia Military College. 6 is Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. 7 is Coffeyville Community College. 8 is Iowa Central. Number 9 is Copiah Lincoln. Number 10 is Butler Community College. 11 is Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. 12 is East Mississippi Community College. Here's a handoff to Bass, who's going to have 13 yards and just shy of the 50-yard marker. 13 is Trinity Valley Community. 14 is Garden City Community College. 15 is Hines Community College. A lot of these teams play in conferences that both Butler and Iowa Central regularly see, including the KJCCC and the ICCAC. You hear that phrase all the time, iron sharpens iron. It's true. playing stiffer competition makes for much better programs, and these two teams have been phenomenal this year. Bass gets another handoff, an inside zone. He'll cut it up the middle. A gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up. Their rushing attack has been strong today, but probably not as good as they want it to be, knowing they are scoreless with 3 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 4 coming up. How will Iowa Central approach this drive on defense? Taylor Schaefer is out. He is not playing today, and he is 2nd in the nation in tackles. That's a big loss for Iowa Central. We wish him well, and we hope he can return next week. I saw he did play last week against Garden City. I'm not entirely for sure on what that injury may be. Helping to fill in his place is his right-hand man, Mason Chandler, who's in the nation on overall tackles. I said it earlier, but if you weren't here for that, it is incredible to have one player in the top 15 in NJCAA football in total tackles. And the fact that the Tritons have 2 and they both play linebacker is just amazing. It's a Doan Reed, and he's going to find a hole still. That's Jeremiah Singleton, a freak of Charleston. Timeout going to be called. Let's just stay right here. We have some more things that I'd like to go over. Stick around for the second half, of course, for more coverage, but I'm also going to be sharing with you the results of the Iowa Central Triton volleyball schedule as they just wrapped up their season at the NJCAA tournament in Eastern Iowa. Again, I'll tell you the details on that a little later on. Also, I wanted to shout out Big John Klein, a former Iowa Central Triton pitcher who is just so much fun. I waited with John, and he has now been called up, and he has made it to the major leagues is really phenomenal. So I don't necessarily cheer for one major league team, but the Twins are someone that I'm going to definitely be looking out for, as he's had a lot of success so far in his early major league career. So shout out to John Klein. And we're back to football in Dodgers Stadium in this top 10 matchup. A handoff to Bass is going to break the line and pick up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up now on the 20-yard line. Triton sitting in the 3-4 look today on defense primarily, but we have seen a switch from time to time where they've brought 4 on the defensive line as well, and even have shown 6 to rush at times. They're going to keep 3 on the line here. Back to the gun, trips right, 1 left. Tritons, a touch on the ball carrier. And now Iowa Central will take a timeout. 1:14 on the game clock remaining in the first. It's 10-0. Iowa Central leads it. I'm going to tell you why I really like that timeout. I like it because we know how good Butler Community College is at rushing the ball. And with this third chance, they're going to want to do it again here. Back to the guns. They're going to want to do it again here. Back to the gun for Butler. Triton Nation Sports Network. Hank Ambrose with your play-by-play coverage for this broadcast. Man, we are so grateful to be with you today. It is 10-7, a great matchup, number 10 versus number 8. The Tritons are number 8 so far at this point in week number 13 of the NJCAA Division I football season. And Butler Community College, they're ranked at number 10. Both teams have lost to the exact same teams. Butler's 6-3 on the season. Iowa Central is 7-3. Those three teams, each team has lost to, is number 1 Hutchinson, number 2 Iowa Western, and also number 7 Coffeyville. And Iowa Central the Tritons, they just received this second half kickoff, and they're going to go straight to Jacob Kanye, who's had a great day today. He avoids one tackler and makes his way about to the 27-yard line. Should be a pickup of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up. A great start so far. I promised you we would be talking a little bit about the volleyball season, but also what are the things happening across the nation, including who was inducted into the NJCAA Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. We'll do that after this right here. Zeroing in on the play. From trips to the right, one receiver left, firing short to Kanya. Kanya's got the first 2 touches of this second half, and this time he will pick up just a few, not enough for a first down. Got to get to the 32 for that first down. So we're going to see a 3rd and short coming up. The first inductee to this year's Hall of Fame class in NJCAA football includes Jake Waters, who's a student athlete of Iowa Western, a former student athlete, that is. He played from 2011 through 2012, setting multiple single-season school records, including most passing yards in a season with 3,501 and most passing touchdowns in a season with 39, most completions in a season with 244. In 2012, more on him just after this play here. Here's a scramble from Creasy. Creasy's been so dominant on the ground today, and he's going to have another first down for Iowa Central. 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line coming up for IC3. Okay, in 2012 here for Jake Waters and the Iowa Western Reavers, he led the team to the championship title game and set the NJCAA single-season record for completion percentage at 73.3%. After winning the championship in 2012, Waters was named the NJCAA Offensive Player of the Year, Midwest Football Conference Offensive Player of the Year, and also the NJCAA First-Team All-American honoree. Here's a loss of a few yards. After that, Waters transferred to Kansas State and graduated in 2014 before returning to Iowa Western as the quarterbacks coach in 2015 through 2016. Waters is a 2024 Iowa Western Athletics Hall of Fame inductee and now serves as the quarterbacks coach for the Iowa State Cyclones, who, of course, have had really good quarterbacks these last few years, some notable ones too. And you could say was one of the primary reasons that Deckers was looking to head back to Ames, who, of course, was a former Reaver as well. I'll tell you about the other inductee after this play here. 2nd and 12 from the 40-yard line. Handoff moving forward. It's Ethan Johnson on the carry. Johnson is going to make his way up for a gain of 5 yards. We're going to see a 3rd down and 8 here. The other inductee this season is Ryan Rhodes, a coach of Hutchinson Community College, who was actually a former player as well and returned as the head coach in 2007 with the Blue Dragons after a 1-year stint at Fort Scott Community College. Back to pass, Creasy again scrambling, throwing forward. Ethan Johnson going to make the catch, staying on his feet, nearly got the knee down. Instead, he moves forward, another first down after the pickup of 10 on the play. Great improvisational skills from quarterback DeMarcus Creasy and also Ethan Johnson, who about lost control of the football. A 1st and 10 for Iowa Central, crossing the 50 and moving to the Grizzlies' 41-yard line. Let's check this first play following the first down. Terry's at tight end to the left. You can see Johnson at tailback in the gun. 2 left, 1 right for the receivers. Creasy gets a snap and hands off to Johnson. Johnson powers forward and extends the play past 5 yards. 2nd down and medium to go. Again, Ryan Rhodes is one of the inductees this year. And Rhodes' 13 years as a head coach, Hutchinson made 10 postseason appearances and reached its first NJCAA number 1 ranking in team history in 2019 with an overall record of 106-55. That's a 660 winning percentage. Here's a short out route, this time to Dalen Houston, who makes a grab. Maybe a 1-yard gain. As I was saying, Rhodes became the fourth winningest coach in Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference history. Under Rhodes, Hutchinson had 200 all-conference selections, including 62 first-team selections, 26 NJCAA All-America honorees, including 11 first-team All-Americans, and the 2008 NJCAA Defensive Player of the Year. Rhodes had 239 student-athletes go to a 4-year program, and 16 student-athletes selected in the NFL draft or signed as an undrafted free agent. Rhodes also coached Alvin Kamara, a 3-time Pro Bowler and former Rookie of the Year of the New Orleans Saints, and Kadoril Patterson, who was the first Hutchinson player to be selected in the first round of the NFL draft. Ryan Rhodes of Hutchinson Community College. Here's a big play. Going up to make the play with one hand. Are you kidding me? No way. What a way to get back into the play-by-play with Darian Gilliam. Fingertips on the sideline. Shades of OBJ. The former New York Giant. Spinning with one arm high up in the sky and making the catch. Are you kidding me? Gilliam putting on one of his best home appearances of his life. And they go back to the well, this time firing for Houston. Corner of the end zone, and they get it with Dalen Houston. Touchdown, Tritons. A 19-yard receiving touchdown for Dalen Houston. And a great start to the second half. Wrapping up the near 80-yard drive in about 6 minutes with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Ernest Goodwin will come out to take the PAT. See some of the celebration there. (16-7), and the kick is good. 17-7 now is a score. A big drive for Iowa Central to put the second touchdown on the board today for them. And let's wrap up our talk on the NJCAA Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Again, congratulations to Jake Waters, a former student athlete and coach of Iowa Western, and also Ryan Rhodes, a former head football coach of Hutchinson Community College. More on some national news, including the NJCAA Division I and Division III football championship schedules coming up within a month's time, as well as more from this play-by-play as the Tritons will line up to kick off now. That catch from Gilliam was out of this world. Check out the X pages later on today. I'm sure that's going to be all over your social media feed. That catch was unreal. Waiting for the kickoff here. How will Butler Community College respond? Large kick going back towards the end zone. Fielded and brought up to the 20, nearing the 25, or he'll be stopped at the 23-yard line. And the Grizzlies will come out in just a moment. So again, the dates have been set for the Division I and Division III championships. The Division III football championship game will be Saturday, December 6th for noon kickoff, and that will actually be broadcasted on ESPN+. The Division I football semifinals will be on December 5th for a 6 p.m. kickoff our time. And also Saturday, the 6th, both of those also going to be on ESPN+. And then the Division I football championship game will be the following week, December 17th, which is a Wednesday. And that'll be 6 p.m. Central Time and will be broadcasted on ESPNU. You can find all the details online at njcaa.org, or you can even contact them at media@njcaa.org. First play, going to reset them for 2nd and 10. The Grizzlies now from the gun look to hand off, and they do just that. Bass will have a gain of nearly 5 on the play, with a 3rd down and 5 coming up. All right, Iowa Central. Looks like they'll keep 3 on the defensive line. This next play here. See, Jalil Muhammad, he had to back up a little bit. In fact, 3 linebackers here, so you got a nickelback coming onto the field for this set. Great tackle. Coming in hot, I believe, is Kadarius Williams. Yes, it was Kadarius Williams, who's made so many highlights this season. Interceptions, deflected passes, and now a big tackle in the backfield. Going to send out a 3-and-out opportunity here for Butler Community College. Iowa Central's alive on the sideline. 7 minutes, 16 seconds remain in this third quarter. The number 8 team in NJCAA football is showing it to number 10 at home. And right after that huge tackle, Kadarius is going to go back to return. He's our punt returner, standing at about the 35-yard line on the Tritons side. He'll move back towards the 30, where it looks like it'll go out of bounds. Tritons will look to set up 1st and 10 at about the 34-yard line. Let's talk about some of those team stats for Butler Community College. A 6-3 record, 4-2 in conference play, 3-2 at home, and 3-1 away. In their 9 games they've played, they've put up 284 points this season, averaging 31.5 points per game and just shy of 3,000 yards of total offense. They're averaging 328 yards per game, including 1,200 passing yards in total and 1,753 rushing yards in total. This is a run-first team who's been effective today. Their passing attack has not been very effective. We got some substitutions on this Triton offense, including Ty Purdy coming in at quarterback. Ethan Johnson gets the carry there, and we'll pick up, looks like 6 on the play. 6, maybe 7, and a 2nd and 3. It is 7 yards officially. So a very effective team on offense we've seen here. More of the breakdown, including out of their 164 first downs, 85 of them have been rushing and 52 of them have been passing. The rest of them have been penalty first downs. Here's a long shot to Houston, who had a touchdown grab a drive ago, and it's just out of reach. Maybe be 3 yards in front of Houston, the intended receiver, thrown by Purdy. And a 3rd down and short will come up for Iowa Central's offense. So picture that. That's 85 of 164 of those completed first downs have been on the ground. (17-7), 6 minutes, 11 seconds remain. Back to the gun. 2 on each side. They'll bring Kanya in as a flex, motioning him right now, leading an open hole, and Ethan Johnson blasts forward for a 1st down and an extra 10 yards, 15 yards, and tackled shy of the 40 at the 44-yard line of the Grizzlies. Tritons are hitting on all dimensions now. Ground and air. Back to the gun, 1st and 10. Looking right, firing short to Chandler, and he will drop it. Pass was just a little behind him. 2nd and 10 coming up. Butler Community College had a fantastic week last week at Dodge City. They beat the Conquistadors 30-10. Again, that tailback was so good, Marcellus Bass. He had 3 Butler touchdowns. He finished with 17 carries and 187 yards, averaging 11 yards per attempt, and scored on runs of 32, 1 yard, and 81. So we knew Bass, especially with his national leading numbers, was going to be effective today, and he has been so far, but has not been enough to keep it within one possession. It is a 2-possession game at 17-7, with the Tritons also having possession of the ball, with a third down coming up after the gain of 1 yard from Ty Purdy, who took it after the read option. 3rd and 9 on the way. What will Coach B and Montalto call here? Offensive coordinator Butler is in his 2nd season in the role with the Iowa Central Tritons. Back to the gun here. Twins on each side. 3-4 look on defense. Back to pass now. Moving up and firing long. It's a deep shot, and it is within range of Houston, but they're saying out of bounds. It looked like Houston came down with the ball, but maybe his foot was out of bounds. Oh, that was so close. Kudos to the camera crew. Good shot going down tight there. Man, that was awfully close. I don't know. It looked like to me he had it. And the Tritons, they won't throw the challenge flag. No need to. You have a 10-score lead with 4.5 remaining in the third quarter. I'm sure Montalto's thinking, yeah, maybe you could throw the flag, but in case we need it for later, just hang on to it now. Okay, 4th and 9 here. Purdy's in as the punter now, by the way. Previously, it was Kanya who had a big 4th down conversion. Look at this punt from Purdy that bounces on the 15, continues to roll to the 5. That's quarterback Ty Purdy putting a perfect punt down on the field, not letting the ball get back to the end zone or out of bounds, and putting it on the 5-yard line. Our punters are mighty athletic. Between Purdy and Kanya, it's really a tough scenario for that return team to figure out, okay, do we bring on a safe man and try to stop any possible fakes like what happened earlier, or do we just have to sit back and take it like that and bring on horrible field position for Butler? And that's what they'll forfeit to do, starting on their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10, and we got some flags flying here. A helmet was ripped off from one of the offensive linemen. A defensive lineman pulled on the face mask. It's going to stay 1st down here for Butler. The refs, they did get together. They didn't call it outright. Maybe they are discussing something else too. Not for sure. We'll see here. Unsportsmanlike from the defensive lineman of Iowa Central, Chambers, who's had a great year. So that'll be the first call today. And they will allow the offensive lineman to stay in, since it was an official's timeout to stop with the penalty, also giving Butler 15 yards. They'll lose yards this time. Sandwiched them back all the way behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, and this looks like 13 coming up. Oh, they'll call it down early, in fact. Call them down early. Okay, well, they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage instead. That looked like a loss of yardage on the play, but I'm farther away too, so. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the gun here. Handing off. And a gain of 4 on the play, 4 or 5. Another zone read from this Butler squad. They really like that. Giving it to their tailbacks and saying find that open hole inside of that left guard or right guard and sending it up the middle for power. They've been effective doing so. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Back to shotgun. Trips left, 1 right. 3 on the defensive line for Iowa Central. They send just 3. Back to pass. Rolling to his right. Quarterback looks to take it. He will move forward, and he will gain maybe 2 on the play, maybe 1. I don't know, between that markage. It is short of the first down. We do know that. And with a 4th and short on their own side of the 50 with 2:20 to go in the third quarter, it appears Butler may punt it, or at least they'll show punt. So Kadarius Williams will go back to return it. He'll stand at his own, it should be around his 40-yard line. He'll take another couple steps back around the 38 mark. Punt is high in the sky and moving back to the 20, 15, 10, 5, still bouncing. Do they keep it in? No. Back to the end zone. Touchback on the play. While we have you, I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors of the broadcast. Thank you so much to Citizens Community Credit Union, Beiser Lumber Company, Avela Bank, and Bemrick Electric for allowing us to have play-by-play coverage today and video coverage on Triton Nation Sports Network. It's a pleasure to be with you for all the coverage in the regular season finale from Dodger Stadium. In a big one, knowing it's a top 10 matchup. There will be a social media post as well as a post on the iowacentral.edu main page for the athletics page on what the future of the Tritons may hold following the outcome of today's contest. So we will know at a later date if there will be a future game or possible bowl game in the works. But that's in the future. We're in the now still, looking to wrap up today and add on to the scoreboard for some insurance runs. It's a nice pickup of 8 on the play, a throw to Chandler. Man, he's had a great day today. It's going to pick up, instead of 8, make it 9. 2nd and 1 coming up on the 29-yard line. You can see head football coach Montalto in the blue jacket on the sideline there, getting his guys ready for this 2nd and short scenario. That's a sweet jacket, man. I think I want one of them. I'm going to have to hit Coach Montalto up after the game to see where he got that. Maybe in the Triton shop in the bookstore. Check that out for more Triton swag and also some essentials for your students or workplace, including notebooks and pens and pencils. It's a Triton first down following the carry from Ethan Johnson. And with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Tritons will have to snap it at least one more time. Creasy's on the field at quarterback. I also see Kamari Williams at wide receiver. He's at the far end of your screen, spread out wide to the right on offense. Also, 2 receivers are left. Terry motions right, joining Williams. Back to pass. Pressure coming in. Creasy jukes and avoids one. Still on his feet and running. And a nice pickup again. Put in the spin cycle near the 37-yard line. Creasy holds on to the ball. A good tackle on the Butler side. Stopping an even bigger play. And after 3 quarters of play, the Tritons lead it 17-7. They'll come to the sideline for a quick water break and talk strategy, and we'll take a break with them from the broadcast booth. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us for the beginning of the fourth quarter on the Triton Nation Sports Network.
At Jensen Builders, our goal is to walk alongside you to make your dreams come true. We are a full-service design-build contractor serving Iowa. We employ over 200 highly skilled individuals, and we want you to join us. Great pay, benefits, 401k matching, vacation, and company perks. Our company environment reflects our family values. We'd be proud to have you join this family. JensenBuildersLTD.com.
Triton Nation Sports Network. Good to be with you today. I'm Hank Ambrose with your play-by-play coverage. 17-7 with 15 minutes on the clock here. I'd like to congratulate the Iowa Central Tritons volleyball squad with Coach Sarah Horn. They wrapped up their volleyball season in eastern Iowa over the past weekend. I'll provide you with some details on that in just a moment. The Tritons remain on offense, 2nd and 3. From the gun here, Terry is a tight end. 2 left, 1 right. Back to pass. Stepping up is Creasy. Creasy goes forward, and he'll be tackled a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short coming up. Yes, it's true. The Tritons volleyball squad came to an end in what was a great battle. They ended up losing to the top seed Kirkwood at the NJCAA national tournament yesterday in Cedar Rapids. They gave it all. Proud to be a Triton was a trending hashtag yesterday all over Facebook and X. They ended up losing through 5 sets against that top squad in Kirkwood, and they finish 9th in the tournament too. They had another banner season. Oh, tackled in the backfield. Pressure from the edge came in quick from number 9. And it looks like Butler maybe has caused a stop. If you ever get a chance to, which you should make time to do so, you got to check out that Iowa Central volleyball squad. They have been so much fun to watch throughout Coach Horn's tenure. I mean, every single year they reload with new players on the squad, and they do so well. See them all the time in the ICCAC. And, as I just said, they put up another top 10 season in NJCAA volleyball. Triton's going to punt it here. Purdy will send it back to the 20, and it's going to touch the return man. And luckily for Butler, it'll go out of bounds. The Grizzlies nearly coughed up the ball there. That would have been a crucial mistake, setting the Tritons up in what would have been the red zone. But instead, the Grizzlies have another opportunity to make it a 1-possession game. Currently a 2-possession game, a 10-score lead for the Tritons at 17-7 with 3:27 remaining. And, of course, as we approach the final week of November, the basketball and wrestling seasons are starting up, which is always fun to be a part of as well. We have those home broadcasts also on Triton Nation Sports Network. Also, congratulations to the cross country as well as the soccer squads and getting to the end of their season. It's always fun to see them perform as well. Even the cross country squad, they were viral online. Multiple news outlets covered the NJCAA tournament, which was in Fort Dodge at the home of the Iowa Central campus. Very snowy blizzard day, which was just 2 weeks ago, or was it maybe 3 weeks ago now, that they had the NJCAA cross country tournament. So many viral photos from that. We got a 1st and 10 here for Butler on their own 31. Throwing to a short out route and getting to what looks like the 35-yard line. That time it was Barney in coverage and Chambers who made the reception. 2nd down and 6 coming up on the 35. Grizzlies in the white and purple and gold helmets. Tritons in the navy blue and white helmets. Back to shotgun. I don't think we've seen a separate formation other than shotgun in the backfield today. There's been different alignments for these receivers. This time it's trips left and a tight end to the right. Back to pass. Pump fake and roaming forward. Going to be tackled just shy of the 1st down marker. Those tackles that time, Josiah Mason and also Kadarius Williams got there in time. In fact, correction, not Kadarius, but Mike Lane was the defensive back who got there on time. 3rd and 1 coming up. That has been the big test today. In the trenches at the line of scrimmage. The Tritons have won the battle so far. Can they win the war? We'll know after the 4th quarter. They hand off to their star running back, Bass. Looks like he'll get it this time. after being stopped on 3rd and short on drives before, even 4th and short. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Got 11 minutes and 13 seconds, you can see on your screen there, remaining in this one. We're back in shotgun, and we have looks like kind of a heavier personnel out to the left. Have a tight end over there lined up in the slot. This makes me wonder if maybe a wide receiver screen or some sort of play to the left may be happening with a blocking receiver over there. I don't know for sure, but okay, and no, he will go out wide. Caught me off guard. That's a big target downfield, and the quarterback will scramble to his right, picking up a few. The quarterback of Butler today is Tate McNew. He's a true freshman of Wichita, Kansas. Second down and 7. Back to the gun. Power to the left side. Bass will be tackled. No, not tackled. It's that's a thing. It's really hard to tell like exactly if he'll be brought down or not because Bass is so good at running the ball and breaking tackles. Puts together another successful run for the Grizzlies, and he'll be subbed out this play in a 3rd and short scenario on their own 49-yard line. They got to get to the Triton 48 for a first down. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remain. This Iowa Central defense has been so good today, holding one of the best offenses in the nation to just 7 yards so far. We're in the 4th quarter, and they might have stopped them on 3rd and short. It looks like they did, putting up the wall. He may even be 2 yards short. There's a dog pile down below. We're thinking they stopped him. We're waiting for it. Yes, they certainly did stop him again on 3rd and short. Shout out to Coach Conley, the defensive coordinator, and also Coach O, the defensive line coordinator, putting together an awesome day on defense. And the Grizzlies will look to punt, and they do punt. It's pooched up, going to the 25, where it takes a bounce. And the Grizzlies will pick it back up on the Triton 23. Iowa Central will take over on offense. And again, thank you so much to Bemrick Electric, Calvert and Johnson Insurance, CJ Bio, as well as CNOS for allowing us to bring you the coverage today. 8 minutes, 33 seconds remain. We've had a really fun old school contest. A lot of work on the ground today. There have definitely been some highlights throughout the air. That snag that Gilliam made that went for, was that 50 yards? Crowding the sideline on a 3rd and short scenario. And also Houston making a touchdown grab earlier today. The only touchdown for Butler today was off of a 5-yard slant route. Quarterback keeper sweeping up the middle of the field after looking to bounce it outside. Creasy will pick up 5 yards at least. 2nd and manageable on the way. You know, Butler Community College, they've stuck to their original defensive alignment, keeping 4 on the defensive line today. They haven't moved out of that formation much. A couple times in their 3rd and very long scenarios, the defense has shown 3 on the defensive line instead of 4, but for the most part, they've stuck to that 4 setup up front. Iowa Central with 2 on each side. Back to the gun here. Sending 6. We got a blitz, a delayed blitz, and Creasy not yet brought down. Again, Creasy pushes forward. And he'll be shy just by a yard on what looked like was going to be a sack. He'll end up gaining yards on the play. Creasy is ridiculous. I cannot believe how he is able to stay on his feet after what appeared to be being brought down for what could have been a loss of 2 or 3 yards. He does that time and time again. 3rd and 1, 7 minutes to go now. Ball is on the 34-yard line on the Triton side. Moving from left to right of your monitor, whatever you're watching on, whether it's TV, laptop, or phone. Timeout, Iowa Central. They're going to talk about it, and we'll have a 3rd and 1 scenario coming up. I don't want to miss any of the action, so let's just stay right here. Again, if you missed any of the Iowa Central football season, and if it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. Or if you've seen all of the broadcasts this year, thank you again for being with us this season. We appreciate all the support, and also shout out to all the support live in the stands today. The Tritons have put together a very impressive 7-3 season so far. They're currently on a 3-game win streak. Most recently, they won at Garden City Community College 23-17 in overtime. And those last few seasons against Garden City have been very close, back and forth, always like a 1 or 2 score contest. It's good to see that Iowa Central was able to prevail in overtime and get that final touchdown to win the game at the home of the Broncbusters. 3rd and 1 here. Can the Tritons pull out a W at the end of their regular season schedule? On their own 34. They, confusion in the backfield. We may be seeing a fumble. I think it may be recovered even by Butler. Yes, the line judge says it's recovered by Butler Community College. And Butler will have a shock of enthusiasm from their sideline. They're going to crowd together. A huge stop on a 3rd down and short. That's the second forced turnover today from this Butler defense. Earlier in the first quarter, they had an interception when Iowa Central was in their red zone. And now Butler will take over just a few yards outside of the red zone. To be exact, they're on the 28-yard line on the Tritons side. A big opportunity here. That last play I saw, it looked like some tailbacks maybe ran into each other, and I don't know if that's what caused it, but it looked like it is what caused the fumble. Okay, a short out route to the receiver on the left side of the field. Gain of maybe 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 coming up. And that's the first reception of the day for that receiver, the number 17, Chambers. Six minutes, 20 seconds remain. It's 2nd down and 8. Back in shotgun, finding a hole. Still tackled at the line of scrimmage. I see Jalil Muhammad was there on the tackle. It looked like the 24 was there too, which is Christian Barney, who's had a really good day. Barney is filling in for Taylor Schaefer, who was questionable today, and they decided to not suit him up. He did play last week. Sounded like he was just a little banged up. We hope for a speedy recovery, and we certainly hope that he can finish the season strong, knocking on wood that the Tritons end up getting some more postseason action following today. From the gun, and firing long towards the end zone, going up, and it is it caught? It may be caught. They're saying touchdown. A big play for the number 4 on the Butler side. What a catch that was made by Nakai Poole. Poole went up and came right back down and somehow was able to hold on to the ball. In my mind, I was thinking, no way, but no, they certainly did. Put it in for 6. And following that forced turnover, it's now a 1-score game with the PAT. Good. 17-14. We have 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. More coverage coming up on the Trite Nation Sports Network.
At Jensen Builders, our goal is to walk alongside you to make your dreams come true. We are a full-service design build contractor serving Iowa. We employ over 200 highly skilled individuals, and we want you to join us. Great pay, benefits, 401k matching, vacation, and company perks. Our company environment reflects our family values. We'd be proud to have you join this family. JensenBuildersLTD.com.
Triton Nation Sports Network. A great game today, 17-14. And you may have not have predicted this heading into today, but both touchdowns from Butler Community College have been through the air. That one was a very impressive grab. Most recently, a 20-yard reception for Poole, who somehow not only hung on to the ball, but kept his feet in bounds. It's 17-14, 5 minutes and 19 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. And the Tritons will look to return the kickoff. Wow, this is sent all the way towards the back of the end zone, and Chandler will just take the knee back there, and we'll see a touchback for the Tritons. Big spot coming up here. Of course, any offensive drive is great if you're able to put a touchdown on the board or any score on the board. But Iowa Central, I'm sure, also thinking clock management with just 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go. By the way, the Tritons have 2 timeouts remaining. The Grizzlies have all 3 remaining. Tritons with just 2. In shotgun here. Trips left, 1 right. 4 on the defensive line. Back to pass is Creasy. Creasy tucks and runs. And he breaks a first lane and still on his feet and running. Still going. He's got speed. Standing up now. Here we go. Creasy looking for the end zone. And is he in? He's so close. They may say he stepped out of bounds at the 7-yard line. That is what they're going to say. But an explosive 69-yard rush from the quarterback, DeMarcus Creasy. 4 minutes and 45 seconds and clock winding down. Look at this replay. Creasy off to the races. See ya. And if he just didn't step out of bounds, we would have seen a touchdown. But honestly, as much as I'd love to see another Triton touchdown, this is a pretty good scenario because you're able to take more time off the clock here if you're Iowa Central. You got a first and goal scenario. So being able to bleed the clock some more here, I don't think the coaches would be too hurt by not getting in the end zone that time. Here is the rush moving forward, and C.J. Phillip puts him in the spin cycle, going inside the 5 now. Second and goal coming up on the 3 with 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go. How about Creasy going back to pass, taking 2 steps, and then tucking and running for nearly 70 yards? And that's nothing new from him. Nothing out of the ordinary. He does that week after week. 3:45 remains now. And another handoff. Tackled in the backfield. What a great tackle from 21. Got a 3rd and goal coming up. That was a huge tackle. That was Calvin Towns Jr., a redshirt sophomore of Bessemer, Alabama. Got ourselves a 3rd and goal. Ball placed on the 5-yard line. Got to punch it in here if you're Iowa Central. Can the Grizzlies hold a stand here? They're crowding the box this play. 6 in the box this time. And the Tritons play action pass, rolling out right. Kanya gets the ball, one-handed catch, and he's in the end zone. Jacob Kanya, a 5-yard receiving touchdown. And this game is too close to call. I can't say that's the nail in the coffin, but it sure adds on to the insurance. Kanya's had such a great day today. You can see that there, making the grab on a short A zig route going in motion. Creasy did a great job, by the way, selling the play action, rolling out to his right. Too hard to stop. If you're Butler, you just simply can't guard both Creasy and Kanye at the same time in short yardage scenario, especially on a 3rd down and goal, 5 yards away from the end zone. Draw it up to perfection, and the execution was there, and the PAT is good too. 24-14, 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go. We got a Triton kickoff coming up right after this 30-second break on the Triton Nation Sports Network. For the Triton Nation Sports Network, it's 24-14. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Tritons have done so good today on defense. Can they close with a statement at the end of this game? One more stop on defense, you got to imagine, would seal it. But the Grizzlies, they have enough time to pull off something pretty crazy here in Dodger Stadium. They are down by 10. They do have all 3 timeouts and also that 2-minute mark. Triton Nation Sports Network. We had some technical difficulties there. Part of the winter storm we've been having in Fort Dodge and central Iowa has affected some of our internet coverage. But I will tell you, if you did not see over your feed there, we saw a 77-yard receiving touchdown from the Grizzlies' Nolan Chambers. Here's the replay here. Shout out to the video crew for putting this together. You can see it right now. This is the first play of the drive. Talking about clock management, saying, hey, they want to score right away, and they do. Nolan Chambers goes 77 yards to the house. Now, something that's going to hurt them is there was an unsportsmanlike penalty, an excessive celebration. You see right there. You can't do that, and that was enforced on the kickoff. The PAT was good. That makes it 24-21 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Again, shout out to the video crew for getting that together while we were off air. So grateful to be back here in what has been a thriller in Fort Dodge. This is what it's about. End of the regular season at Dodger Stadium, the home of the Iowa Central Tritons. Number 8 versus number 10. Holding on this kickoff return. So that's going to place Iowa Central at the 25-yard line. So those 15 yards are essentially going to be lost that the Tritons would have gained from that previous unsportsmanlike. Wow, huge moment here. So the Grizzlies, keep in mind, they have 3 timeouts remaining. The Tritons have 2. And after this play, we'll see how they play it. Are they going to clock it? They will. The Grizzlies are going to take a timeout after that first play. So a second down's coming up. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remain. Once we get to 2 minutes, we're going to blow the whistle and have a stoppage. Keep that in mind. So second down and looks like 6 going to be coming up. A solid gain of 4 from Ethan Johnson on the carry. What a spot we're in. So today, the Tritons started off with the first score of the game, 3-0. And we took that to the end of the first quarter. The first touchdown of the day came from DeMarcus Creasy, a 14-yard rushing touchdown on what was a 4th down conversion as well. They also had another 4th down conversion earlier that drive. Following that, an answer from the Grizzlies. A Poole 4-yard receiving touchdown, a 4-yard slant put him into the end zone. It was 10-7 for a while. That following drive, we saw a 19-yard receiving touchdown for the Iowa Central Tritons from Dalen Houston. That's what brought it to 17-7. And then we saw Poole pick up another touchdown, a 20-yard receiving touchdown, and a miraculous grab. That made it 17-14. And then we made our way to the fourth quarter, where we ended up seeing a 5-yard receiving touchdown from Jacob Kanya, rolling out to the right. And then most recently, a 77-yard receiving touchdown from Nolan Chambers. And with all the good PATs and that one field goal, that's what's brought it to 24-21 in Dodger Stadium today. The next play, we see a tackle towards the line of scrimmage. And I think they were only able to get 3 seconds off the clock. And the sideline over on the Butler side, able to call timeout with 2:05 to go. Coach Kyle Woodall is the interim head football coach. He took over at the end of the fall season last year. And with how good Butler has been this year, it hasn't been announced yet, but you'd ought to think that Woodall likely will be named the head football coach once they get everything situated heading into the next season, because he's done a great job with this Grizzlies program coming in as an interim head coach. Oh my, what a spot here. It's going to be 3rd and 6, and they only have 1 second taken off the clock from the previous play. Just 1 second. I wonder if they'll update that. Maybe not. It was a rather quick play, but it'd be hard for me to believe just 1 second was taken off on the game clock, but that's maybe what we'll roll with here. 3rd and 6 on the Triton 29-yard line. Iowa Central has the ball. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remain, leading by 3. From the shotgun. 3 left, including Kanya in the slot. Back to pass. Terry is an extra blocker. They throw it long, going deep, and it is, nearly picked off. 2 defensive backs collide within each other, and a Triton is down on the field. One of the Iowa Central Triton receivers came down on the field. I think he was also a part of the collision, possibly. We're going to have the training staff come out and check him over. I did not catch who that receiver was. We'll keep a close eye on him. At that, we have gotten to the 2-minute mark. So there will be a timeout regardless, but 4th and 6 going to be coming up after Butler nearly got another forced turnover. So we've seen 3 total forced turnovers today. 2 have came from Butler Community College. 2 drives ago, they stripped one of the Triton ball carriers in the backfield and got a start on the 30-yard line, which ended up resulting in a touchdown after a few more plays on offense for the Grizzlies. That's what made it a 1-possession game. And since then, we've seen really quick scores from both Iowa Central and the Grizzlies. Now, the Tritons are going to be held to a 4th and 6, and we got good news back on the field. Looks like the Triton player has gotten up to his feet, but they are going to help him off to the sideline. It is the number 13 from Iowa Central. We hope it's not a serious injury. We're going to keep a close eye on him for the rest of today. That number 13 is Sejay Jackson, who was one of the leaders in receptions last week. He's been a little bit quieter today. We never like to see any sort of injury on the field, so we'll keep an eye on him. It looks like they're looking at maybe his left leg. So we got a 4th and 6 here. Ty Purdy's the punter for Iowa Central. They will look to punt it. Their return man standing all the way back at the 20-yard line. They know Purdy has a leg, and he'll boot it. Crossing the 50, bouncing just in front of the 40 to the 35, it rolls, and it'll be dead at the 33. All right. Butler Community College gets the ball back, and they still have 1 timeout remaining. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line. Don't turn off your TV, computer, laptop, mobile device, tablet, whatever you are watching this on, because we have a thriller in Fort Dodge. Triton defense needs a huge stand here. Let's see if they can stand tall. From the gun, they come out with trips to the right. There's a tight end left. They look to pass it short. No, they fake it and go long to an open man. He makes the catch. He's running on his feet, still with an open lane ahead. It may be a touchdown. Back-to-back one-play touchdowns from Nolan Chambers. A 77-yard receiving touchdown, and then a 67-yard receiving touchdown. You're kidding me. The same receiver. A fake wide receiver screen. Then they hit the man that was lined up in between the two receivers on a delayed fade route, who goes into the end zone. Two fantastic design plays from the Grizzlies sideline and executed great. And the Grizzlies, they take their first lead today, 27-24. You're kidding me. And the PAT is good. 28-24, 1 minute, 40 seconds to go. Iowa Central, with 2 timeouts remaining, are going to have a chance to take a drive. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We need 30 seconds. We'll be right back with more coverage right after this on the Triton Nation Sports Network.
We're CJ Bio. In 2012, we opened the only biomanufacturing plant in North America right here in Fort Dodge. Now employing over 200 people in the local area, we've had amazing success in lysine production as an environmentally friendly animal feed. And just as important as our business has been the warm welcome of the Fort Dodge community. We here at CJ Bio want to thank the people in the city of Fort Dodge for giving us the best of all things, a wonderful home. CJ Bio, amazing people, amazing community.
Iowa Central Triton fans, Grizzly fans, or NJCAA football fans, you're kidding me. I cannot believe what we're seeing today. We knew it was going to be a great game, but could anyone predict this? With just 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, the Grizzlies take their first lead of today. It's now 28-24. The longest lead of today has been held by the Tritons, who at one point had a 10-score lead. And that was just at the tail end of the third quarter, matter of fact. Almost even at the start of the fourth quarter, they had that 10-point lead. Highlight after highlight, and Nolan Chambers makes his way over 150 receiving yards today with back-to-back receiving touchdowns. Which, by the way, possibly an even bigger headline. Butler Community College, no rushing touchdowns today, despite being one of the best rushing attacks in the league. There's a reason they're ranked at number 10, and they're showing the fighting spirit today. Now the Tritons have to do the same to get back into the game. DeMarcus Creasy's at quarterback. Johnson is the tailback, rolling to his right. Creasy on his feet, makes 2 miss, and firing to an open man downfield. Gilliam makes the catch near the 50-yard line. Gilliam initially ran a deep post route. He saw the pressure to his quarterback, Creasy. He ran backwards because he knew he had to, so Creasy could throw an accurate pass down back to him. A great lob, makes the catch. It's going to be a big play of 25 yards, nearly 30 yards. 1st and 10, making their way into opponent territory on the 48-yard line of Butler. 1:30 to go. We're moving quick here. Back to the gun. 2 on each side. Creasy steps up, and he will fire it. One-handed catch to Dalen Houston. He had a touchdown earlier. He wants another one. Inside the 20 to the 15. Oh, he was very close to the illegal touching. Look how close he got to the line of scrimmage here. Great replay. One-handed catch behind his back. This is one of the best games we've got to call today, this season. Best this season, really. Iowa Central almost has their play-by-play guy at a loss of words. Now they still have to execute. You got to punch it in the numbers. They have not struggled in the red zone today, but they have given up 2 turnovers in the red zone today. You got to punch it in here. Back to pass, and we got a dead ball. We got penalties all over the place. This may be offset. We may see penalties on both sides with all the flags out here. 28-24, Tritons with 2 timeouts. Keep in mind, the Grizzlies have 1 remaining. We're waiting for it still. Here's a call. False start on offense. 28, excuse me. So that's going to bring it back again. So, and keep in mind, it's going to resume the clock with 33 seconds to go on the game clock. Time is running down low. Firing over the middle of the field, going up. Kanya cannot come down with the ball. The fans are wanting a pass interference. No flags are thrown. And Kanya, oh man, he fell down hard. He came down with no support in the end zone. Oh no. Kanya's still down on the ground. We got the trainers checking him out, and oh no, you don't want to lose a sophomore star who has led today in receptions. He's got a touchdown today. He's got 2 touchdowns today. Or no, excuse me, he does have just the one. Houston has a 2 touchdowns today, but so dominant, and at this point in the game, especially in the red zone, you don't want to lose this guy. I see he is moving his arms. He is okay. My initial fear was that he landed maybe on his head, and maybe, I don't know, you know, head injuries are scary and never good. I don't believe that's what it is. It looks like he's standing up. Maybe he was just shaken up. Maybe he lost his wind. Okay, we'll keep an eye on him. So on the way, 2nd and 15 on the 17, and Kanya does get up, and he is walking without support. Kanya looks like he's going to be okay. Okay. That's a big relief. "27 seconds on the clock, 2nd and 15 on the 17-yard line. Oh, man. All right, what do you do here? Your receivers are Gilliam, Chandler, and Houston. They're in trips to the right. The freshman, Kamari Williams, is spread out to the left. There is 2 safeties here in this set. 4 in the defensive line, sending 5. Creasy fires to an open receiver. No, oh, no. Kamari Williams was an open man by a step or 2, and it was a good ball his way, but just better coverage from the defensive back, the number 28, causing the deflection. Dwight Bush knocked the ball down. 28-24. 3rd and 15 coming up, and Coach Montalto is going to take the timeout. I don't want to miss any of the coverage, so let's just stay right here in case they come out early. Wow. Can you believe this? Could you have bet that Butler would have came back in this 4th quarter, taken their first lead with under 2 minutes to go? I don't know if I would have, truthfully. Iowa Central's played so great today. Butler, though, they have just had a fiery 4th quarter. These are going to be a long-lasting 23 seconds left in this game. So following this timeout, Iowa Central, you can see, will have 1 remaining. The Grizzlies also have 1 remaining. And the Triton offense will break the huddle. See what the coaches draw up here. I really don't know what we'll see. They got a deep playbook. They've done all sorts of things today. 3rd and 15, ball on the 17 with 23 to go. Triton fans, we need to hear you. Back at home or in the stands. Big play coming up for Iowa Central. Stepping up, and Creasy is going to be sacked. A sack on the play. Coach Montalto will take his final timeout. And the Iowa Central Tritons will have a 4th down and long to convert. It's going to be around a 4th down and 18, I believe. They haven't officially put the spot on the field just yet. So the thing about this is you could go to the 1st down marker, which would be the 3-yard line, or you could go to the end zone. That might factor into this upcoming call on offense and defense, because what do you guard here? I mean, you think if you're Butler, you got to guard the end zone with just 17 seconds remaining, but I don't know. Iowa Central, they might try something shy of the 1st down marker and hope for an open lane or a broken tackle from one of their receivers or possibly a running back. So many different things you could do here. Tony Terry does not have a target today, I don't believe. He's our tight end, and we may see a target here. We may see him sneak up the middle, or maybe they won't put him in. Maybe we'll see a 5-receiver set. All right, I see the lineup. Back to the shotgun. 3 right, 1 left. Are we shy, man? No. Okay, we have 11 on the field. From the gun, trips right. Our tailback moves over, Ethan Johnson. We got pressure right away and going to be brought down. Butler Community College gets the sack towards the end of the game. And that is going to close things out. After a victory formation knee, Butler Community College is going to somehow sneak away with the victory in Fort Dodge. Wow. What a sack from the Triton team. One edge rusher came in hot and provided the sack to put the exclamation point on the story today. 28-24 in a thrilling contest. I think you got to look at Nolan Chambers being the player of the game today. He was that wide receiver that had a 77-yard receiving touchdown and a 67-yard receiving touchdown on both of the opening plays of Butler to come back down 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. Butler hangs on and moves forward, and Iowa Central will lose their final regular season contest. Again, we will know later, hopefully sometime next week, on a potential postseason matchup or something moving forward. So we will see exactly what will happen for the rest of the season for Iowa Central. And we hope to be with you at least one more time moving forward. In the meantime, if this may end up being one of the last times you hear from me this season, thank you so much for tuning in to our regular season coverage of the Iowa Central Tritons. Thank you for all that have been able to produce the content today and throughout the season, too. It's been so much fun, again, being back with you in Dodgers Stadium. Best of luck from here on out to all student-athletes, coaches, and more, and we hope to see you at the next Triton Sports Contest. Till next time, this is Hank Ambrose signing off from the Triton Nation Sports Network.